Espino and James Renuff at the Entrepreneur Dojo, and we're here to train you on mastery of online marketing. So today we want to talk a little bit about pricing strategy. How do you price your internet products, your information products, your online courses, and things like that? I'm going to throw it over to James, and then we'll just have a little discussion on how we price our information products. James,
Yeah,
what
I
do you
mean,
say?
this is the kind of the age-old question. What do you want to price it? And everybody's got an opinion, but I look at it like this, if you go to a restaurant and you want a burger, I mean, you could go to McDonald's and pay $1, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying there's McDonald's burger, and then there's like you're from California, so there's like In-N-Out burger, right? Which is
Oh, yeah.
cheaper, but it's good, and then you can go to a place and pay, $20, $30 for a burger, right? They're all burgers, but what is it that you want to pay? And so I think for a lot of people, they just assume often, and then I'm guilty of this, that a lot of times you take your pricing strategy that you need to quote unquote be cheaper because you'll get more people and so on and so forth. And there's a place for that. A lot of times you can get a lot of sales, but if you're going to have a lower price product, I always recommend that you have a funnel, that you are upselling them to other things. You shouldn't be trying to make all your money from a lower ticket product. Some people will say, no, I don't want to do any lower ticket stuff. I want to do higher ticket or mid ticket. Then there's discussions, and I'm sorry if I'm taking away everything you're going to talk about here, Dave.
Oh, no, you're good.
I'm kind of doing rapid fire here, but there's mid ticket and higher ticket. Some people will say, no, I only do higher ticket. And anywhere in between, people will debate, well, what is mid ticket versus what is high ticket? What is the difference? And those values seem to fluctuate. I feel like the closer it is that someone gets to you in terms of your time, the more you should be charging. I find that the more that I charge, and I do a lot of low ticket stuff. I'm not saying I don't do that. I absolutely do that all the time. But the times where I have done the higher ticket, my EPC, my earnings per click, 9 times out of 10 have been higher. So in my opinion, when I start charging more, I am getting paid more. Now you won't make as many sales. You may not, make 2,000 sales of the $1,000 product. Maybe you do, but I'm saying that, and there's something to be said that you charge more, you get quote unquote better customers. I find that when I charge $10 for a product, I get a lot more headaches than when I charge $1,000. Typically people are more invested. They do more. So there's that whole thing too. It's that if someone's spending $10, maybe they don't, even though your product could be a lot of quality, people may not necessarily do anything with it because they don't see the value, especially if you give away something for free. You could be giving the greatest stuff in the world away for free, but people say, well, I didn't pay anything for it. So inherently there's no quality there. Those are all the kind of things that are in my mind when I'm thinking about pricing.
Yeah, there are definitely some variables to look at. As a good example, I just bought a training, an ebook about email marketing from a master, and it was $5.60. So like, I couldn't say no to that. It's like, that's like buying a Snickers bar at the checkout stand, right? It's an impulse buy. And then I was confronted with the first upsell, and the first upsell was for a whole course for $97. And I'm like, I was impressed by the sales copy, really was what it was, because the sales copy spoke directly to me. And I know I want to up my email marketing game, and I know I want to learn from a master, right? So I bought that for $97. In fact, by the way, our friend Jeremy got the commission on that because he had a really nice bonus to it too. So anyway, I'm going through this and I'm like, wow, this is masterful sales copy. So I actually emailed the guy. His name is Matt. I said, hey, Matt, the sales copy was amazing. You did an amazing job. He says, well, I can't take credit for it. I paid $35,000 for that sales copy. And I'm like, wow. And he says, don't share it, or, whatever. Because I had asked him for the URL because it was really well done sales copy. I mean, amazing. It made me buy, which was interesting. But the point is, yeah, he started with $5.60, but then he got another $97, out of me. And I think there was another upsell for like 87. And then there was a monthly continuity upsell as well. And so I was so impressed by it that I started marketing his, I became an affiliate, started promoting it to my list, and made like $400 or $500 already just in 2 emails. And the second email wasn't even a hard sell. It was just like a PS at the very end of my email where I was kind of letting people know about our show. And at the very end, PS, if you didn't take advantage of this yesterday, you really should check it out. You know, that kind of thing. So it was really technically one email, you know, made me $500. And yeah, it was a lot of the $5.60 commissions, but there were some upsell commissions thrown in there as well. So guys, you're getting like an inside view into the internet marketing world, how we do things, right? Because I was so impressed by his marketing, and of course I already know him and know that he's a legend when it comes to email marketing. So I had no problem at all, you know, recommending him to my list, and you know, made money on top of it. So that's a little bit about the internet. What's that?
I was gonna say, you got paid to learn about that strategy.
Yeah, exactly. So, so talking about pricing really quick, you know, my idea of pricing is similar to yours, James, as well. And I call it the hierarchy of you. The hierarchy of you, if you think of you as a pyramid, and at the lowest level, when people really don't have any access to you, maybe they get an ebook for $5.60, right? They have zero access to you. That's the lowest level. Then the next level up, or it might even be a free PDF, something free like a lead magnet. Next level up, maybe they get a little bit more of you, like you do a course, and they get more time with you, so to speak, and better quality time with a course than a book, right?
Maybe a Q&A session or something.
Yeah, and then the next level up, maybe they get now a Q&A session, a group coaching, a Facebook group, something like that. Then the next level up is maybe at the next level up, they get group coaching, where now they get to actually interact with you, but it's still minimized because it's a group setting. So at the highest level, it's one-on-one coaching. Now, the other day, because I'm getting some exposure on mastermind.com and all this stuff, I got an appointment on this site called clarity.fm, and somebody had seen me, you know, doing one of my lives. They did a search for me. They found that I had this listing on Clarity FM, and they booked a 1-hour call with me at my price of $150 for an hour, right? And I coached them through for that 1 hour. But as I started coaching them, I'm like, I really need to raise that price because I hadn't looked at that thing in a long time. Well, when they get one-on-one time with me, then that should be a really high price, because my time is worth money, right? My time is valuable, and your time is valuable. You and the audience, your time is valuable. You shouldn't just give your time away, you know, for very little. And so that's what we call the hierarchy of you. That's what I call it, is the more they get of you, the more they should pay, because your time is valuable. And you should also treat your time as valuable, and don't just give away your time real easily. So yeah, I actually did. I raised the price up. I forget, I think it was at least 200, maybe 250 an hour over there, just in case that happens again. You know, that guy got a deal. So
yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said about that, and when going back to what you said about copy, if someone, because we have all kinds of different experiences here watching this channel, copy is just sales copy, the words or video, what have you, that is displayed on the page to entice someone to buy. And we kind of geek out over that stuff, and I'm the same way as you. If I see good copy, I can recognize that, just like someone could appreciate a nice picture or a painting.
yeah,
I can appreciate how things are displayed and the emotions that brings me to. I can pick that apart now, and we're very good at that. But a lot of people read it, they don't necessarily know the mechanics behind it. You know, just like if you're a baseball player, you can appreciate a good pitcher. We can appreciate that kind of way the words are flowing out, and a lot of times the difference of one word on copy can make a huge difference
that's
on
right.
the bottom line, and that may be hard for some people to believe, but you know, that's a very important thing, and it may shock some people that Matt in this case paid $35K for copy, but depending on who you're getting to write you a sales letter for your product and so on, some of these people can make a ton of money because their words, their message that they're helping you convey can bring in a lot of sales. And
Exactly.
it's very interesting. Yeah. So, but back to pricing. I think it's important, like you said, to know your worth. So many people are in the mindset that they have to, all they know is trade time for money. And when you start selling things online, not just information products, but selling anything online, you are, in a sense, trading value for money. And that's a different mindset that you need to get in. And the more value that you can make, hopefully, the more money you're going to make. And I've had people tell me, I'd pay $100,000 if somebody wrote down something that made me $1 million on a napkin. Not saying you should be selling napkins with information on it, but that's the point,
Right. Yeah.
When you're talking about, it's like anything. You buy a car, you could buy a car that costs you $500. It gets you where you need to go, or you could buy a Lamborghini.
Yep.
There's a point to be said about either or, why they're so great. So why is it any different when you're doing something online? There's people that are going to sell stuff for $25,000 or higher, $100,000 coaching.
Sure.
There's going to be some people that give their stuff away for free. Where are you going to be? That's something you need to think about. What is it that you're selling, and what is the value that you're bringing? And I think that should be dictating the price, as opposed to, well, this is what I just think it should be because of X. You're going to probably not get as much money if you think that way.
Yeah, totally agree with that. And I gave an example recently where I said, hey, look, what if I had a 5-page PDF, or think of it as a 5-page Word document, right? You tell me what you would pay for this 5-page PDF. It's going to show you, number one, how to be as rich as Bill Gates. Number two, it's going to show you how to be as healthy as an Olympic athlete. Number three, it's going to show you how to be as fulfilled as the most fulfilled person you know. And number four, it's going to show you how to be as attractive as the most attractive person you know. How much would you pay for that 5-page PDF? I mean, you can't even probably put a price on it. You'd probably beg, borrow, and steal to get that PDF, right?
Right.
So that's value. It's not in the PDF. It's in the information conveyed there, and it's in the value that you're getting from the transformative value that you're going to get from that 5-page PDF. I mean, it could, like you said, it could be on a napkin. It doesn't matter. Like, some of the biggest businesses have been started on a napkin.
And I told this story before once, I think in one of our previous shows, but I'll tell it again. And there's this story where there's a guy that there's this factory, and the machine goes down, and every hour that this machine goes down, this is a fake story, but every hour that this machine goes down, it costs the company $100,000 or something like that. And they can't get anybody to fix it. And all of a sudden, this guy comes along. He says, "Look, I can fix it." And they say, "Sure, whatever." So he goes over and he just takes a hammer and he hits it in this one spot, and the machine starts running. And they say, "How much is that?" And he said, $50,000. He said, $50,000 for a hammer? He said, "No, it was $10 for the hammer. The rest was because I knew where to hit it." And
exactly.
I love that story because it's so true. When you're getting someone to a goal. Or getting them where they need to be,
Yep.
they're going to be willing to pay that. You look at the cost of drugs, pharmaceutical drugs. I know a lot of times those prices are high, but my mother-in-law has multiple sclerosis, and one of her drugs for the year, okay, this is hard to believe, but it costs over $100,000 a year for this one drug. Now, she has medical coverage and so on, but
right.
This one drug is $100,000 a year. You might say, well, is it worth that? Well, for her to help her walk a little bit better and so on with a degenerative disease, yeah, it's worth $100,000. So, and I know that's kind of an extreme example, but my point is, when you're selling something online for something that someone really wants, if you're helping somebody with a real problem, they're going to the chances are good that they're willing to pay a decent price for that. If I could say tomorrow I can sell a pill and it's going to cure cancer, some people would pay a lot of money for that pill. It's just a pill.
Sure.
Right.
Yep.
And a lot of these things are common sense, but when people spend all this time trying to create something, they just want to make sales. And sometimes they don't really think about the value that they have. They don't really understand their value. And if someone looking, from here, if I look at somebody, I say, okay, you did this, you've been involved in this industry for 30 years and you're an expert in this, and this. Why are you only selling it for this? And they're like, well, I don't know. It's like this last thing they think about. And I say, you could be charging a lot more for that. And just telling someone that, sometimes that's all they need to hear. And then they just charge more and they make more money, right?
Yeah.
How do you make more money? Well, oftentimes it's charge more. And it is something, again, that I still struggle with, and I do lower ticket stuff too. But, it's something that I know works because I've done it. The best success I've ever had has been with higher ticket products. And so that's been a goal of mine, to focus on that more. Now I love the lower ticket stuff. I love it when I can sell 2,000 copies of something. Like, that's fun. It's a rush, and there's a lot going on. That's cool.
Yeah.
But it's also exciting to sell something for $1,000 or more.
Yeah.
That's cool too.
I like those, what I call the surprise payments of $997. Like when I sell one of my online course trainings for $997, and I wasn't even expecting it. Boom, out of the blue, $997 hits my account. And I'm like, wow, I love that. Now there's times when I'm proactively selling that program through webinars or through ads or whatever, but it's one of the benefits of having online courses and information products is you can be getting sales at all hours of the day, unexpected sales. They just like today, I had a couple of unexpected sales just came in, I don't even know how they found this course that I've got, on my own platform, and they found it and they bought it, and they're enjoying it, So just to wrap up here, I wanted to talk a little bit about knowledge arbitrage, because that's really kind of what we're doing. We're taking knowledge, either knowledge or experience or skills, and we're arbitraging it. We're saying, I've developed this knowledge, or I've researched this knowledge, or I found this knowledge, and I have it here for you. Do you want it? And are you willing to pay for it? And then you put it in the right place, and people are willing to pay for it. What's also interesting is that depending on the marketplace, you can charge $17 for the same course that you could charge $97 for over here. Different marketplaces. There's even imbalances in what the expectations are in different marketplaces too. And that's been interesting to me as well.
Yeah, that's one thing I get frustrated with. Sometimes I'll come up with something, a new idea on something, and I sell it for low price. And then someone that is, quite honestly, a better marketer takes that thing 6 months later and they're selling it, for $1,000. They've added more to it and so on. So, there's a lot of ideas out there. Not every idea has to be new. It's, can you package it in a different way? Can you add something to it and so on? There's a lot of opportunity, like you're saying. It doesn't be just because you do something doesn't mean that there's not going to be 100 other people can do the same thing and potentially have more success than you.
Right.
It is what it is. So just know that you're valuable. You, Dave, and anyone listening to this today, you're valuable, and you should be able to charge a good price too. Don't think that you're not somehow worthy for whatever reason.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that I think as people get into online courses, information products, they're not sure of themselves and the value that they can bring. But once you do it a few times, you'll be sold. And especially when you get your first testimonial, your first success story, as people are telling you how amazing it was, how it changed their lives, you'll start to see and feel like, okay, my stuff is valuable. I do have value. I can help people with whatever I went through. Like a lot of times people create courses based on something they went through and were able to overcome, or a challenge they were able to overcome, or something they learned through research or whatever. Man, that stuff is valuable. You're not the only one that has gone through it. There's lots and lots of people going through that same situation that need your help, So you can do what a lot of people in the book industry call turn your mess into your message. You can turn whatever it is that you've been through, if it was good, bad, or indifferent, and show people how to do that, or how to make it better, or how to cure something, through your experiences. So I want to encourage you all to do that, and stay tuned to the Entrepreneur Dojo as we continue to help you with these things. And well, it's been a long week for me. It's been busy, but guess what? Fortunately, I think we're on the tail end of the busyness that I've been through. And I want to encourage everybody to like, comment, subscribe. I already see some likes and some viewers coming in, so that's awesome. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Any parting words, James?
Yeah, this was a great topic, and we're continuing to do this. I've been proud of both of us for continuing to be here basically every weeknight, to keep bringing you stuff. Love seeing these likes and these comments, and the vast majority, I think every single comment has been positive.
Yep.
I think there was one down vote, and maybe they hit the wrong button. I mean,
Yeah, they hit the wrong button.
but it's been absolutely awesome to see people say, I love what you're doing. I had someone reach out to me on Facebook and say, hey, I watch you on the Entrepreneur Dojo on YouTube, love what you're doing. That really fires us up. And so
Yep.
keep letting us know that you like it, and keep letting us know, oh, that was helpful to me, or what have you. Like Dave said, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'd love for you to share this too. So again, thank you so much for your continued support, and we're going to keep doing this and keep growing this for you.
For sure. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.